I have realized I haven't done kebab for you guys for a while. And I have also realized, while I realized the other thing, that I haven't made my most favorite kebab ever.
Which is?
Fıstıklı kebap over Alinazik. What is Alinazik? Alinazik is actually this aubergine and yogurt mixture on charcoal. And usually they put either mincemeat or small pieces of meat with a bit of sauce. And that's one kebab. And pistachio kebab is actually this mincemeat kebab with a lot of pistachios. But usually they are served separately because I like both of them very much, which the seagull agrees with me. Every time I go to a kebab place I say, ben Alinazik istiyorum ama üzerine fıstıklı kebap alabilir miyim? And I attach it with a big, very sweet, nice smile so that he agrees or she agrees. And they usually do. I get this gorgeous combo. So, to be loyal to the traditions, I have to say this is not a traditional combo, but it's an amazing one. It's a tradition of Refika, and I want to share it with you guys. And the gorgeous thing about this kebab is it's really easy. It's maybe easier than making burgers. So let's start. Now, I'll start with the aubergines. I make incisions and put it on the fire. We have something for charcoaling. It's this enamelware plate, but you can do it with any kind of wire that you use on stoves. It will mess up the stove very much, but you can just directly do it on the stove as well. Why do we make incisions, Bahar?
Because if you don't, it will explode.
Yes, because there's air inside, and when you heat up the air, what happens? It expands and there's no escaping point, so it will like expand in a certain place a lot and it will pop. Therefore, it might like go to places and might be dangerous. So have some incisions for the air to be able to get out. 4 aubergines. Now, here I have 400 grams of single grind with a bit of fat, but I found out that the fat is not too much, so I want to add some more. But if you want like a burger patty kind of thing, you can ask the butcher to give you fatty parts. So what I do, I'll combine it. This is the easy way of making kebab. Actually, the ultimate combination is like 60% veal, 40% lamb meat. It's the meat around the ribs, like it's the best for the fattiness and softness. But I want to also talk about how you can make it from scratch. So about 160 grams of lamb and 240 grams of veal, and chop it with a knife for 10 minutes. And then it's gonna be ready to make. Or if you have a grinding machine at home, put the same amount of meat and put it through the grinder just once so that it's gonna be also ready. Both would do. The difference between the knife chopping and the grinder is now when it's chopped with knife, it's gonna be more juicy, but it's harder for it to stick on the shish. If you're the first timer, I would suggest you to do it through grinder. As you can see, my aubergines are going really well. As they get softer, I have to turn them. Turkey and Anatolian cuisine is very famous for its aubergine recipes. We have over 200 different kind of aubergine recipes, and we love our aubergine. In Turkey, people drink a lot of cigarettes, and it's the only vegetable that has nicotine inside. Maybe there's a correlation, I don't know. But we know how to make great aubergines, and I have to tell you that. Now, to this, normally almost 40% is fat in the restaurants you eat, and I don't want to put that much of fat. So to increase the taste, I'm gonna use this onion juice, and I'm gonna put this to the little machine here, together with 2 big cloves of garlic. I'm gonna use actually not the half, but 3/4 of the onion. I don't just press like this, I just do this as if it's working as like a knife. This will soften the meat and increase the taste. Onion works miracles with meat. And with the eyes. Ah! And to this, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, quite a lot, and half a teaspoon of red pepper. And that's it. I'm gonna bring all these things together. When you net the minced meat, if you net too much, it will turn into this sticking thing. It will hold together much better. But no, I'm gonna stand for you. That's sometimes good in some kofta recipes, but for the kebab we want it to fall and go around in our mouth, so I'm not going to net too much. This is almost done. And I have here some crushed pistachios, and these will also get in. By the way, I'm also gonna add a handful of bigger pistachios. These you can find in Turkish markets, Arab markets around the world. I'm gonna add some Amazon links, maybe other links here as well, so you can see it from there. These bigger ones also look great in the kebab. Maybe another handful. Instead of pistachios, because in Turkey, unfortunately, you know, the economical crisis, etc. Now the pistachios are really, really expensive. I do it with peanuts. Hazelnuts, walnuts. These are all nuts that grow on trees, so they're really more expensive. But peanuts actually grow on the ground like small bushes. Actually, even though they look so much alike, the way they are planted and grown are so different and therefore much less expensive, but the taste is great. I have done over the years. I'm gonna put a photo here. So if you don't have pistachios and you want to make this kebab, peanuts would do. Some finely chopped, because finely chopped works as an ingredient. It gives its flavor through its fat to the kebab. But these work as another ingredient. So big chunks and small chunks, guys. This is done, but I need help. Can you pass it to the other stove and put this on fire? And now, instead of making it on charcoal, we have the strategy. Some of you might know if you have watched our Adana kebab video. What we're gonna use this cast iron as a grill. The meat won't touch the base, but with the high heat from the air, it's gonna cook everything like the original kebabs. Now, here I have 4 of my shish. They're almost frozen. This morning when we came, we threw them into the freezer. It helps the kebab to stick. Now, I get a chunk. What I do first, I make a patty like this. If it's your first time, you can put this into the refrigerator for half an hour. If it gets cold, it will be easier to hold it on the shish. Then what I do is push it with my fingers to make it long. I want it to be around the shish. These are, as you have realized, triangle shish. The only place that you can buy these shish in the world is ours, because the heat comes into 120 degrees for the perfect cooking. We made these triangle shish and they're sold on Etsy. So here is the perfect big kebab like that. But if you don't have this and you want to make this, you can use the wooden where you check the kid's mouth. You can use those, or you can use thin skewers as well. All would work, but this works amazingly and looks very cool. Now, I'm gonna put this here. This is again my technique. It takes a bit longer time to cook and it will have a lot of fog around. So you have to open a window for sure, not to get the alarm on, but it will make it as the grill. Once you make it, you have to like hold with your fingers. All the little bumps are all little tastes. It shouldn't be like just perfect round shape, but it should have some fingerprints on, because it increases the surface area. It's like the crust on the bread. It's very tasty. So bigger the surface area, better the taste. These 2 small pieces are left. I don't know how I managed to do that. So I'm gonna put this into these wooden skewers. If you want to, for example, make this and put it into a freezer, which you can, you have to put it on a pan like this, freeze it on the freezer openly at first, like for several hours, and then you can put it in a box or a plastic bag and take out in the morning that you want to use, then cook it at night. So as you can see, this also works. Now my shish are done. As you can see, it's cooking. Slowly we have to turn them little by little. Now it will come to the aubergines. Yes, these are all done. How do we understand that they are done? They are soft everywhere. Actually, they're a bit overdone. How do we understand that they are overdone? They become dry. We put them into a little hammam. With their own heat, they're gonna moist. And this way it's gonna be very easy to take the skin off. What we're gonna do is open the aubergines like this, and with a spoon, take this beautiful thing out.
Sometimes when I do it, it doesn't come out very good.
If you don't do the hammam thing, it won't. As I said, we dried it a bit. If you dry it too much, it won't. If you don't cook it well as well, it won't.
For example, if I don't cook it well, can I recook it again?
Yes. Like if there's a place that is not cooked, you can even cook it partially. Some charcoal parts might get in, but it also increases the taste. I kind of like it. It might be a bit unhealthy, I know. But if we didn't cook it a little too much, it wouldn't have happened. What happened? Because the extras were last minute, we just took the shish out and put it here. But we didn't soak it in water. I forgot to tell you that. So if we don't soak it in water and put it like this, as you can see, it starts to burn. So not to lose the second one, we put some water while it's cooking. Now I'm going to try to change this one. Hope this will work.
Will you wet it?
I will wet it, but it will go dry very fast. If you don't soak it, it doesn't work. But we'll see. As you can see, it's almost done. Now, these will not go to the bin. These are gonna go to the compost. While saying that, I want to ask you a question. Would you like us to make sustainability videos? What we do in the kitchen for sustainability. And we're trying to change our kitchen into 100% sustainable kitchen. Would you like that content to be on the channel? Or do you prefer just the recipes? If you give your opinions on that, that would be wonderful actually. To these 4 aubergines, I'm going to add 4 cloves of garlic and a bit of salt. And what I'm going to do is crush them like that. Meanwhile, I'm going to heat up this pan here. And actually my kebabs are almost done. How do they look? Really beautiful, okay. The smaller ones need a bit more time maybe. While that's happening, actually what we can do, have 2 knives. That's why my mom tells how my grandmother used to do it. We collect it all together. There are still big ones. And then like this. Does it look stress relief?
I mean, if you have any anger inside you.
I don't have a musical ear, that's for sure. Okay, I'm gonna have a knob of butter. Now, I am taking these babies here. Like this. And put the aubergines here. This is gonna be for 2 people, the aubergines, and the rest is gonna eat with other ways, and I'm going to show you how. I am putting the aubergines here, mixing it up. 4 aubergines, 4 tablespoons of yogurt, 4 cloves of garlic, and for example, for 2 people. I'm gonna taste it. So nice. Now, I am going to put the aubergine in the middle like this and put the kebab here. Add some pistachios.
More?
Yes, of course. There's never enough. It's never enough. And a bit of red pepper and a bit of parsley.
What's must do?
This is how I like it. Now I want to move to a second one. Here I have peppers and some tomatoes, and I'm going to warm up a bit of lavash.
This lavash is, I think, store-bought, but we can make our own lavash, no?
We have 2 videos. One is lavash on the pan, and the other one is more like a traditional one. And I'm going to put 2 videos here. And I want the taste of the kebabs to move into the lavash a bit. Something is burning. Oh, okay, fine. Here's the lavash, and here I have something that I have done before. So this recipe is red onion, a bit crushed with a bit of salt, a lot of sumac, and olive oil and parsley. Some green peppers, some tomatoes, and here we go. And of course, some more pistachios. You can never have enough pistachios here. You can also eat it like this. Now this looks very, very good. I want my Alinazik look a little better, so I want to add a bit of butter, Bahar. I'm sorry, but it will help the taste a lot as well. I will add that to the top of my Pistachio Kebab like this.
Oh.
Kind of needed it. A teaspoon of butter and a bit of red pepper goes a long way. Can we eat it?
Bon appetit.
For the bon appetit. So, a bit off from the aubergine. So good. If you're a vegetarian like Bahar and you have nothing to do with the kebab, still this recipe is for you guys because the aubergine is by itself heaven.
I can taste that aubergine. Hello, good old friend. I'm not gonna eat you.
Or just do this.
Oh, this is heaven on earth. Where is the lavash? This is too much.
You think so?
And I might not be eating the kebab, but also the side dishes are heavenly.
And when you're eating this,
Show us.
hmm?
Show us.
Now I'm gonna put some onions and gonna put this tomato here and crush it a bit like this, and one pepper, and we wrap it like that, and voila. And here's a perfect bite. And this is how you can eat just the kebab itself without the aubergine if you like. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you like the kebab. It's really one of the must-dos on this channel. You should definitely try it. Take care.